I got this VW here, and I have a couple of them. I've had several over the years, but I'm going to talk about the generator. And I saw another video online. This is kind of a reply to another guy's video who said that his generator was charging, but it wasn't working properly, and he keeps on blowing out these. First of all, these are cheap regulators. This is from O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's kind of a cheap regulator, so they don't work the best. And I'm going to tell you guys the first solution. Really, if you've got the generator on your car, the best solution is to replace it with one of these, which they sell these at O'Reilly Auto Parts. If you don't have a regular Volkswagen shop nearby, this is an alternator, and see, it has one terminal here for the power and then one for your idiot light, which your idiot light bulb has to work in order for this to charge. For this system, your idiot light can actually be out. I saw a guy say that you have to have your idiot light working. It doesn't work that way. The idiot light is not part of the powering of the system. So just to clarify some of the things that I saw. Okay, so in order to test your generator, what you want to do is take battery voltage and connect it to here. You see how there's a spark there? There shouldn't be anything. If there's a spark to your, oh sorry, that's the DF, duh. If there's a spark like that to your D plus, you've got a bad generator, because it's grounding inside somewhere. As long as this isn't grounded, the DF. Okay, so if your D plus, you put power to your D plus, okay, and it sparks with it's grounded, because it's grounded right now because it's still in the car. In fact, if I pull the pulley off, it'll start spinning backwards, okay, as soon as I connect it to the DF or D plus. So if you connect this to the power to the D plus, it shouldn't do anything. But as soon as you ground, if you ground this, the DF, then it should start to spin. So, and that's a good way to just kind of test to make sure it's working. Okay, that's one of the ways. The other way is to fire up the engine, ground your DF, okay, and then check power to your D plus. It should go up to like 35 volts. So you have to have that grounded, so you can be running the engine and should be no power coming out of it until you ground the DF. When you ground the DF, it should go up to about 35 volts or so at idle. You could rev it up, it can go up to like hundreds. But that's how the generator works. I want to kind of go over what the regulator does. The regulator kind of isolates the circuit, and what the regulator does is there's these points inside of here. So sometimes you can take one apart and actually file the points down and then re-gap them, because all it is electromagnets and points. And so what happens is as your generator D plus if your generator is working properly, in fact, even if it's like this one here puts out voltage, it puts out like 100 volts, but when you ground it, but it doesn't work properly. So it's grounding out inside, because as soon as I put power to the D plus, it's a spark. There shouldn't be any spark there until you actually ground the DF. Okay, so I put a spark there. So what was happening is this voltage regulator was getting hot, and it was causing the voltage regulator to get bad, because what was happening, as soon as I connected power to here, it was running it to ground partly. It was trying to turn the motor over slowly or something, but it couldn't do it. It wasn't enough. So if you're having an issue with these, the easiest thing to do is just chuck the thing and go with with one of these. Now, you're going to have to change your generator stand. This one already has an alternator stand on it, so that's one of the things you'll have to change. But it's well worth it. You know, you just eliminate the problem most of the time. The generators, you know, the generator's like $100 and some odd dollars at O'Reilly Auto Parts. If you have a Volkswagen shop, it's probably less. Like you can call CarCraft in Riverside. They're pretty inexpensive for stuff like this. Like the voltage regulator from them is like $40, and you can get this one here is like $30 over at O'Reilly. So why not just spend another $10 and get one? But if your voltage regulator itself is bad, you know, then you can maybe replace it. But if you got one or both of them bad, just put an alternator on and you're gonna have to buy an alternator stand. So this one already has one, so I'm just gonna take this thing out and eliminate the hassle. And the reason I get these from O'Reilly Auto Parts is because they have a lifetime warranty. It's basically the same that they have at the Volkswagen shop, but they give you a lifetime warranty, where Volkswagen shop may not give you any warranty, or 30 days or something like that. It's all made in China, but they actually do work pretty well, and they're pretty reliable, more reliable than this. So anyway, just a little heads up on charging system Volkswagen.